Hey folks, I'm out in the chicken coop again. Fall is upon us, although it's a beautiful day here today. It's been cold, it's warming up again, and we have so many projects we want to get done this fall. We're gonna kind of redo a lot of our chicken coop, build a new chicken run, new area for our chickens. It's going to be in the garden that we currently have, which means moving our garden to a different place and rebuilding that. I'm excited to have you along for all of these improvements we're doing here on our property. But we're going to start with a simple project today, and that's building a new chicken ramp up to the nesting box and shelter area within the current coop that we have. It's just no good right now. It's no good. It's lasted us a few years, but it's deteriorating. It's made out of OSB. I have a whole video on that, which I'll link below, which talks about where OSB is good and where it's not, and where I would use it again and where I would not. Spoiler alert, not going to use it here. It was not a good ramp. So we're going to get to building a ramp. It should be a fairly simple project, but I'm going to have to do it over a few days just because a lot of the steps take a long time with treating the wood and gluing the wood and all this stuff. So a couple hours worth of work spread over a few days. Let's get going. Okay, so I cut, sanded, and stained the main plank for the ramp. Cut, sanded, and then treated with linseed oil the steps that I made out of some old scrap 1x2 that I had laying around here. And I kind of like the 1x2 that I was using because it's a little bit beat up, a little bit weathered looking. The linseed oil still looks nice, but definitely not like a perfect piece of wood I was using, so it's kind of got a little bit of a rustic vibe, which we use a lot around here. My wife makes coat hangers and shelves and all sorts of stuff out of old wood and old pallets that I'd bring home from work, so this kind of fits that vibe. It's not just a beautiful work of art, it's a little bit rustic, but it looks pretty nice. I'm happy with how it turned out. So now the stain and the linseed oil is dry. I'm in here getting some clamps. We're gonna glue the steps down, let that dry, and then we'll get it out to the chickens. I'm just gonna eyeball the spacing. It doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, day 2. The glue is dry. Everything's looking good. Out in the chicken coop getting ready to put it on. First thing we got to do is get this old ugly one off. noisy chicken over here, but the old one was obviously nailed in. This one I'm going to do hooks and eyes on the bottom underneath to keep it secure. That way we're just kind of eliminating nails and things like that that could potentially harm a chicken. Alright, 2 eyes installed. I'll get the hooks installed on the bottom of the ramp, and then this project will be done. Alright, I think it works perfectly. Alright, you can see under the ramp there how I secured it with the hooks and eyes. I think I might bend the hooks just a little bit more to make them a sharper hook just for better security, but overall I think it worked out pretty good. I have it here on the old brick foundation little thing that we had for the old ramp. Might try and find a little nicer platform, but we'll call it good.